Grana wheat Mini Bong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. So guys, the news keeps rolling in, more product shots, we're getting even more looks at boxes for new products, new figures, all kinds of things keep rolling in. So I'm back at you with another little news roundup of what's just appeared over the last couple of days. First of all, if you're new around here, have a think about giving me a like, a share and a subscribe. Huge thanks to everybody who has subscribed over certainly the past month. This has been the biggest month that my channel's had, and we've managed to grow quite significantly in that time, so thank you all very much. And I'm now going to have a little look into the first thing, which is the Fans Hobby Naval Commander. So they've released quite a few product shots around this Naval Commander, and the Naval Commander obviously is the Armada version of Prime. First up, I'm not the biggest Armada fan, so I don't really know too much about it, and I wasn't going to pick this guy up, but the more I look at it, the more I'm starting to think I quite like this figure. Obviously this is just the grayed out images of the model and how it will look, but yeah, it actually looks pretty damn good. This looks like quite a longer wheelbase, I would say, than normal Primes, or maybe it's just because the cab is smaller, maybe. But look at this, there's a lot of molded detail on here. Those pipes at the back or the sides, however you want to position them, just look really good. I like the different styling on this cab. It's more of a kind of an industrial type truck, I guess, an industrial type cab that's on this. Massive big beefy wheels. With this being Fans Hobby, I guess we will get the rubberized tires with these that we get with the other ones, but it's just, you can tell how the transformation will work, of course with Eddie Prime that you can, but it's a really nice looking cab at the front. But we also got a little look at the torso, so the cab in the transformed mode before it goes into the attaches onto the truck, I guess, to become the rest of the body. And this again looks really nice. So much molded detail here. They really show the posability off quite well here as well, and obviously round the back you've got a lot of molded detail here as well. Light up eyes, which Fans Hobby love to do. My light up eyes on my power baser actually don't work, but this one will have red glowing light up eyes. You can start to see he's got the articulation fingers, so version 1 of Power Baser obviously didn't come with any articulated hands, so this has got the articulation hands. Kind of looks like it's got the weird Fans Hobby articulation hands that do the forwards and backwards but don't spread out. So that's kind of how my Power Baser is, and this looks like they've gone for a similar hand here. I mean, the hand actually looks very similar to Power Baser's hand, because it's got that covering on the top that certainly on my Power Baser tends to fall off now and then as well when I'm transforming him. But you can see some of the awesome poses that we're going to be able to get out of him. You also see him with his weapon here for the first time. This weapon apparently is just a kind of concept for the weapon at the moment, and may or may not actually look like that in the end. And also he has this little mini car with him. I'm not sure who this is supposed to be. Maybe somebody down in the comments can help me out with this one, but this is also a concept prototype that may or may not come with it. So all in all, Naval Commander is looking pretty good. I'm quite excited about this. Again, not a major Armada fan, but I am actually going through all of the Transformers cartoons at the moment. I'm starting to watch them all again. I'm about 8 episodes into Headmasters at the moment, the Japanese obviously version, and then I'll start to dip into some others after I've finished with Headmasters. So I might dip into Armada and see how I feel about it, but I remember watching it a while ago and not really feeling it, so maybe times have changed there. Certainly it'll be interesting to see if I pick this guy up. Then we move on to the RC that's coming with the Bumblebee Cyberverse collection. The package here is typical Bumblebee Cyberverse. It's yellow, so it's quite a bright, more of the childish type aspect to this one. It is aimed more at the child collector and an actual toy rather than the collector's pieces, where we would position the masterpiece, and probably Siege and things like that as well, and the War for Cybertron. On the back, RC there, transforming in 13 steps, and RC, she actually looks pretty good. I think it's quite a nice RC. Obviously a huge backpack there as always, nice little blaster with effects, looking like she's got a little bit of hollow limbs. The alt mode, it's pretty cool. I think this actually looks like a kind of a smaller version of RC. RC, if she was in the trash compactor from Star Wars, I guess, and they just crunched it down. But I like the blue translucent on the front, and if you saw it from afar, it's an RC. You know, I think it's quite nice. Not for me. Well, I won't be adding this one to my collection, but hey, it's a nice enough version of RC there. Then we got our first look at Megatron's box. So the box art here, looking pretty good. It's looking like a standard Earthrise, some nice art there on the side. Megatron's glowing red eyes there, we can see on the side. It's got some stuff written in Cybertronian, Decepticon logo there as well. And then the tank that transforms in 21 steps. So we can see now that Megatron is going to transform in 21 steps. So that's actually a few steps more than his Siege version, which was 17 steps. So I thought it was actually just going to be a bit of a retooling, and there weren't going to be any more steps involved, which has got me slightly more interested in this piece, but not enough to kind of reach out and pick this one up very quickly. The pictures that I've seen recently look better than it did before, but I'm still not really feeling this Megatron. Like I say, this one for me, I'll definitely be waiting on this. There's other Earthrise in the second wave that I want to pick up before this one. Then we move on to the Quintus. So this is the Quintus box art. Really nice looking box art here. Really nice. You can see the picture of the Quintus there. Again, it says Quintus Judge at the front, so I hope that they're all going to do the other Quintusons as well. But what I really hoped they weren't going to do, they seem to have done. So if we move on to the back here, or maybe they're going to give us two different ones, because the front and the back seem to be different. So if you look at the front here, you can see the kind of energy or flame type effect that the Quintusons ride on is clear here. If you look at the reverse of the pack, you can see it's this orange color. I was really hoping they were going to go with this orange color, and every other picture that we look at from now on, we see that they've actually probably gone with this clear version. Hopefully someone will just release a third-party piece, or maybe it comes with more than one. But that's a bit of a disappointment for me. You know, I was really hoping that this was going to be a coloured piece, or hopefully, or even a light inside it that kind of came on. And we know that it spins round and the mouth moves up and down. We can see here as well, it transforms into that thing that it transforms into in 16 steps, sorry. So we can see now when we just move on. So we can see here, again, we can see this clear plastic, but we get a good look at all of the faces, and as I said, the mouth moves up and down, and we get a little gun with this guy, which is pretty cool. But then we move on to this thing that it turns into, which I guess is like, because it's a judge, I guess this is like a little prison for a minicon or a battle master or whatever it is that you want to put in there. Yeah, this will probably play into something within the cartoon. For me, you know, I'm gonna review this guy I'm going to show you this once. It will never get transformed into this ever again. I'm not really into base modes, and I don't really collect the minicons. So for me, this is just a pointless figure. I was hoping that they'd be something a little bit better maybe, but I would have been happy if this didn't transform. We know the Eggman that's coming isn't transforming. Might pick that up as well. So yeah, this is like a throwaway alt mode for me. We also got the packaging for Snapdragon. So Snapdragon here, and now they say that Snapdragon is a Decepticon, so this is a bit of a change of alliance here, because I'm pretty sure that when Snapdragon was released, he was down as a mercenary. The same he came through as a mercenary, so now they've probably changed him over to being a Decepticon, so they've changed his alliance, so that's quite an interesting one to start with. Then you've got the artwork there on the side, and he looks pretty cool in this mode. His alt modes, obviously he is a triple changer, and we'll take a look at those in a second. He transforms into his jet in 14 and into the dragon mode in 20 steps, but the back, your typical product shots there on the back. Snapdragon himself, the dragon mode looks okay. I would say this is the weaker of the three modes, whereas Ape Face had the weaker jet mode. This has definitely the weaker dragon mode for me, although I do find it interesting the way the battle master or the headmaster becomes the lower part of the jaw of the dragon. I think that's quite cool. A lot of different plastic molded detail on this guy, but the jet mode for me is really stand out on this. Ape Face, if you watch my review on Ape Face, I wasn't impressed by the flying box or the flying, like opening up a pizza box or something with some wings on it. It was just a very square jet mode, kind of an afterthought. For me, they've really gone all out on this, and I like the jet mode on this. Snapdragon's an easy pickup for me. Hopefully he will transform a little better than Ape Face. The transformation on that is a bitch to transform. I hate transforming him into the ape, getting everything to fit together, so hopefully this will be better. But I really like the jet mode on this guy. I think he looks really cool. And then of course we have his bot mode right at the end, which actually looks like a really nice bot mode with his headmaster sat there. So interesting. So what do you think about all of these guys? Which ones are you looking forward to? Are you really excited about picking up any of these? Why do you think they may have changed Snapdragon's allegiance? Do you think that was an error when it first came out, that it said he was a mercenary and now he's no longer a mercenary? Interesting. So if you like what I'm doing around here, guys, as some of you have, so like, share and subscribe what I'm doing. I think that the next video will be Power Baser. I think I'm going to shoot that tomorrow morning, so expect to see that this weekend. Alright guys, I shall see you in the next video in a bit. Peace.